Surviving Sister Wives contains adult content that may not be suitable for Latter-day Saints or sinners. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to Surviving Sister Wives.
I'm Corey.
And I'm Carly, and this is Sister Wives, Season 20, Episode 5, Kissing Another Man's Wife.
Yeah, kind of. Not really, though, right? This is like a Minority Report committing a crime before you actually commit a crime. Pre-crime crimes that you could be arrested for.
Pre something else.
Are you protecting yourself from Aurora as well? Marked safe from interacting with Aurora?
I'm really excited to talk about finally getting to meet Rora's boyfriend, Brody. It's the only good thing that happened this episode. Because everything else was like a fever dream, wasn't it? I felt like I was walking through a
Moira? If this felt like, yeah, like
no,
it
like
wasn't.
I was walking through Michael's the second week in October when you're there for Halloween decorations, but they've already put all the Christmas stuff out.
All the Christmas stuff is just cluttering the aisles and just completely overrun. It's just like, this didn't feel like a Sister Wives episode. Like they were doing things that they've never done.
It was kind of like a standalone Christmas special in October.
Oh, yeah. Maybe they should have held on to this and then aired it later. Even though, like, most of what was filmed for Janelle's storyline seemed to be, like, we already caught a little bit of that last week with the Christmas tree storyline, which, again, riveting, absolute riveting cinema content.
I don't know. I'm kind of into it. We're back to what Sister Wives has always been, which is really boring. It's like watching paint dry.
Mundane.
And that's where we get to thrive because we will now make up our own stories. This is when we get to produce.
All right. So what are we looking at this week?
I don't know if you're ready for the description.
Oh, I guess we'll find out.
I'm hoping I can get through it and I don't giggle like Jenn and Meri the whole time.
Oh, okay.
Meri trolls the Big Apple for dong.
We're off to a good start.
Christine and David make a pilgrimage to the Yule Cannonball.
The Yule Cannonball didn't have anything to do with Christmas, but okay.
Rora saddles up with Janelle's dream man.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
And the family wishes us all a very Meri Christmas.
Meri Christmas, yes, indeed.
I was going to make fun of Meri getting to read the intro of last time or this time on whatever. What did they say at the beginning?
Previously on Sister Wives? Is that the part that you're talking about?
Yeah, I couldn't believe that they got a take of her saying it without all the giggling.
Well, they have to edit around it. Yeah. They had to chop that thing up.
But then I realized people in glass houses, you know.
Well.
Meri's getting her bitch lessons today. We're in Parowan, Utah. They gave us some weird, like, Christmas remix music.
Some people snowmobiling. Maybe we could get Meri snowmobiling, doing some snow sports.
Get her back to it.
Outdoors. Not skiing again. We know that didn't end well.
Get her back on a sleigh.
A sled?
A sled.
Sleigh, mother, sleigh?
No, I meant get her in a mall in a sleigh.
In a sleigh.
You know?
In a mall, in a sleigh? Is that a reference to? I can't connect the dots on
the
this
clauses. I don't know. Let's move on.
Meri Claus?
We're already off track. We're at Dee Dee Blanchard's Cafe in Parowan, Utah.
For brunch.
Unlocked new location.
For brunch. Yeah, there are other places to go aside from Salsa Brava and Fat Olives.
Do you remember, though, this was the place that somebody saw them filming, and that was the original confirmation that there was going to be a season 20.
Oh, I didn't remember that one, no.
It was at this place because it had that ridiculous chalkboard menu that was in the background.
Ridiculous chalkboard?
There was
menu?
a lot on it.
Okay.
You know, that's a red flag to me when you go to a restaurant and the menu's really long.
But what about Trader Joe's? I thought...
Trader Joe's?
I thought you were going to be complaining about the chalkboard, so I was already preparing a chalkboard defense.
No, I love the chalkboards at Trader Joe's.
Yeah, the chalkboards at Trader Joe's.
I'm glad
awesome.
that there is a place for artists to be employed these days.
Yeah, that's nice.
But what I don't like is when a menu is too vast. That tells me you don't do anything that good. It's all mid.
Cheesecake Factory paradox, though, because Cheesecake Factory menu is a mile long.
But what's good there?
The thing is a book.
You're going to want to go for the cheesecake, which I heard is shrinking.
Shrinkflation?
Yes.
Has hit the Cheesecake
Factory?
Factory?
The Cheesecake Factory, and people are very upset about it. Rightfully so.
Oh, boy. Well, honestly, we haven't been to one in 3 years, probably. It's been a while. They're not a sponsor or anything, though, so I don't owe them anything.
We will take Cheesecake Factory gift cards, though, if we're ever asked to film something and they don't want to pay us.
To work around.
We thought that we knew everything that there was to know about Bran Flakes? Brown family holiday traditions. We knew about the pajamas that Meri made. We knew about Christine's dinner rolls. Why do you look shocked?
Because there was a lot of things that we've never seen ever or heard any mention of.
Candy canes?
Meri's been making candy canes from scratch?
I didn't even know you could do that. I looked it up. It's very simple, by the way.
Really?
There's like 4 ingredients.
Well,
it's just you take corn syrup, and then you add flavoring and color to it and sugar.
Okay, but I think the process of like drawing them out and then into canes, that's a little bit more complicated, right?
Hey, we didn't see them. I don't know how good they were.
Can't say, with any certainty the level or the quality that you'd be getting.
I kind of want to try to do it.
Just to see how it goes.
I've just never heard of anyone making their own homemade candy canes.
No, usually I do homemade caramel corn, but I haven't had time to do that this year.
Did you like the way she talked about it, though? This fond memory of how she used to let the kids into her kitchen to do this very special thing. Once a year,
Meri would open her kitchen doors and don her apron, and then...
Because she needed their little hands to shape all the canes.
There's some manual labor tasks that she didn't want to do that she was like, all right,
she'll just let them burn their little hands.
Invite the kids in for it.
Do you imagine that the candy would be hot?
While they're working with it, I guess. Yeah.
This is like the episode of Friends where Monica makes the candy, and that's the only way that people will try to get to know her in the building.
The candy lady?
That's Meri one time a year.
Yeah.
That's why she had to stop doing it. But Logan reached out and asked for the recipe. Can they just make a Brown family binder full of recipes and things that you may want from your childhood? Because everyone's just once a season texting someone like, can you walk me through how to do this? And there's too many kids for that. I think we need to get it all in writing.
Yeah, it all needs to go to one place. There needs to be someone in the family who's organized.
Maybe they can use that junk journal that Robin gave Meri.
Maybe Robin already included her bread recipe in the junk journal because Robin's making bread?
Either. First time I'm hearing of it.
I mean, it is a very trad wife thing for her to do, I suppose.
What kind of bread?
Sourdough.
Oh, I think that's a lot of work for her.
Yeah, that's too much. But she likes to keep things alive.
It's kind of like a child.
Yeah.
You got to feed it.
It's a living thing that you got
to care for it.
It depends on her to survive. So she really likes that.
Okay. But she also needs a nanny to take over most of the responsibilities for it.
Well, yeah, that goes without saying.
If it needs to be fed before 11 a.m., it's not happening.
If you feed it after midnight, it turns into a gremlin. That's just science.
I think that she is making like a very eggy bread.
Challah?
Maybe a challah. I don't know if she knows that's what she's doing. She's not braiding it. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, the challah loaf.
Just a round challah loaf.
Okay, yeah. And it's mostly to appease...
She can't even eat bread.
Cody's kosher...
I thought that both she and Cody don't have gluten. They don't eat gluten.
Well, if it's challah, then it's kosher, right?
What does that have to do with being celiac?
I'm sure that that's the loophole that Cody's comfortable with when it comes to his gluten intolerance.
Well, Cody's gone silent. That's part of the problem here today. We knew that she wasn't going to be getting a call from him about what's going on with Coyote Pass because he passed that off to Janelle.
Outsourced.
Yeah, he outsourced that responsibility to her. So there is supposedly a buyer for the property, and now they're not hearing anything from Cody. So that's starting to make Meri a little uncomfortable.
I didn't like where Meri's main concern from all of this was basically that Christine has kind of screwed her by signing over her plot to Cody and Robin without checking in with Janelle and Meri, and that really puts her at a disadvantage now based on how the lots are separated by ownership in terms of the titling.
Yeah, that was some mental gymnastics, wasn't it? To make it Christine's fault and not Cody's fault for not putting all their names on the property in the first place.
Yeah, because I bet you that Cody really got Meri gassed up about being upset about Christine, how it was Christine signed it over and that's just how it was. So if you're agreeing on that, if you're agreeing with Cody that it is Christine's fault, you need to catch him in that lie and then say, if you're as upset about it as I am, you would change the titling to make this fair immediately.
Well, and also, where was Meri during all of this? You knew Christine was leaving. At no point did you become concerned about what was going to happen with her piece of Coyote Pass.
The reassurance is just, oh, we'll split everything. It'll be fair.
Well, right. And last season, she was not taking Janelle seriously. When Janelle approached her and was like, look, I think we're going to have to get attorneys and you're going to have to worry that Cody may try to screw you over. And she was like, no, that's never going to happen. This man fully has my trust.
Consummate professional. Specifically when it comes to divvying up plots of land.
He's always fair. He's always divided everything equally.
Yes.
Why would that change now?
Resources are not hoarded. Resources should be multiplied, not divided.
And now the story is that Christine should have really thought ahead on this one and done things differently than they always have as a family.
Well,
with the anticipation that the other two were also going to leave the family and that Cody would screw them over.
Right, exactly. Yeah, because it would have made things so much simpler for Meri. A lot more of a straightforward process for her. But Christine didn't do that. She made it harder, made it more difficult.
So that's where Jenn's bitch lessons have to come in, because there's going to be some type of conversation where Meri has to confront Cody, and she's worried about how that's going to go.
What's frustrating about this is that Meri can't find this determination within herself. She needs someone else to tell her to stand up for herself constantly. So it's like, it's a good thing Jenn doesn't have ill intentions here. Her best interest is to pick Meri up and have her.
But she could be the puppet master if she wanted to.
She could definitely work this to her advantage. I think there's some things that Jenn does use to her advantage. I mean, we saw the promotion for the bike shop last week. We saw, some social media engagement through different things. So it's just like, she's
been fully employed.
There's other benefits.
The last couple of years.
Yeah, a few seasons here.
Not so bad to be Meri's friend.
So, I think there are trade-offs, but at least I think the intention is still net positive for her involvement in Meri's life.
So they're practicing some lines to say, like, comb your fucking hair. And bitch, where's my money? The landlord video.
With Will Ferrell?
Yeah, was Meri 20 years late to that?
She
She would find that so funny.
A toddler saying inappropriate things? This is hilarious. Clearly.
You have no idea what else happened, huh?
That was the majority of it, right? That was pretty much all that we got so far of them.
Yeah, she's just thinking, I better make sure my lawyers are paid up because they're going to have to start doing some work pretty soon.
She is cracking down with the timeline, and she's like, if this doesn't get done in the next month and a half, there's going to be hell to pay.
But first, I need to go to the Big Apple.
She's got business trips.
What kind of work was she doing? This had to be for an MLM.
Had to be, right?
Which, by the way, there's a clip of Cody on Special Forces that wasn't on the show where he's talking about some goop that he bought that he's rubbing all over his body. And I don't want to use the name of it.
Yeah.
I don't want to promote what it is because, let's be honest, it's probably not been investigated by the FDA or anything. It's just, who knows what you're putting into your pores. But it's helped his sunburn magically disappear. And he jokes that he's going to start an MLM where he sells this stuff. And then he calls an MLM a pyramid scheme. So he knows. He knows what they've been doing. I think they're all aware of what they're doing. Well, but if you get a free trip to New York out of it, sometimes you look the other way.
You're not supposed to interchangeably use that, though, if you're involved heavily in the business.
No, he's not yet. He's starting to think of his business plan.
Yeah. Fundamental fitness.
Is she really here to work, or is she here for a vacation bang? Because it kind of seems like she's a sex tourist.
She was trying to be, but then she updated her app location and she was like, I'm getting all of the same types of guys. I thought there would be like an improvement in my options that are available to me. And it's like, boo-boo. It's not the app's fault. This is just, these are the guys that are available in this range.
Well, also, where are you hanging out? If you're updating your location in your dating app and you're standing in a TGIF, do they still call it that?
It's a TGI Fridays.
A Fridays.
Fridays is the...
You're in a Fridays in the middle of Times Square. I mean, you're not around New Yorkers. You're around everyone else who had the same idea that you did.
It's not working.
The M&M factory, you know? What is she doing?
She's trying. She's not succeeding here.
Head down to Wall Street.
I don't think they're using apps.
No, you got to try to be a little bit more strategic about the location that you're in.
Yeah. Financial district in general there.
Still say she's going to have more luck in Boston. We think a mass hole is in her future.
East Coast, yes.
Yeah.
But Manhattan, no.
You know, it's going to be like serendipity. They're going to walk through the doors of a Dunkin' at the same time from opposite sides.
It sounds like the beginning of a Hallmark movie, though. A little bit.
A very Meri Christmas.
Very Meri Christmas.
Should we pitch that?
I could probably come up with a script for that.
Starring Mary Brown, though. Mary Caroline Brown has to be the lead actress.
She has to be the actress who portrays this. And then, well, Jenn has to be her slapstick sidekick, I suppose, then.
Who owns a bakery or something.
Every business. I think that's what people were joking about on the Discord on our last watch party, is that Jenn is like a character in Gilmore Girls where she just works in every place. She's just
all the 4 businesses in Parowan.
All the businesses. She is owner operator and she is employed there.
The door's always open. She's always behind the counter.
She's working.
There's never any customers either.
What were they doing here though? They were
looking to go ice skating.
Okay, they were upset that they couldn't get to go ice skating, which, do you think they were trying to ice skate at Rockefeller Center?
Yes.
That is crazy expensive to do that, by the way.
She's filming. Don't you think she's going to try to get them to pay for it?
I mean, you should be able to get the show to pay for it.
She was like, what a great shot it'll be of me ice skating.
So what, they weren't
Center?
allowed to ice skate because it's raining and snowing?
Well,
that was the weather conditions?
Maybe the rain got in the way of it. And also, you can't just roll up and think that you're just going to go out there like there's nobody else who's also in the same place as you trying to go ice skating.
There are a ton of people here. So what did we end up doing instead?
They went to some weird type of immersive indoor experience that was
a pop-up Christmas Wonderland sort of event. I feel like she was digging deep on the Groupon list there.
And that's where they ended up. I was really turned off by the ball pit because it was definitely intended for use by children, and that means it's dirty.
Instantly cheapens it.
I hope you guys have seen Righteous Gemstones before you give us one star.
Well, I think it was just an excuse for them to be talking about Meri being balls deep in something, or being
to giggle about balls
submersed
generally.
In balls. It's ball humor. We get it.
Again, they're so funny.
Hilarious.
Right? Meri needs a funny guy because she is a funny gal, and this is the bar that she has set.
With good jokes. None of these cheap jokes at her expense. None of that. Balls. We need ball jokes.
And this is a really big deal that Meri is traveling somewhere.
It's a big deal.
Because she didn't do this for the majority of her life. She was not someone who traveled outside of where they lived. Partially because Cody never wanted to leave home and never would with any wife. And then Jenn pushed her to go see a little bit more of the world, I think, during her attempt to try to get Meri to decide to leave Cody post catfishing.
It's important, to travel and expand your mind and see different places and meet new people and
on
get
your
new
apps.
Experiences. Well, open up those apps, a couple different locations, it's just...
Go get divorced, girl.
You try to do this. Well, I mean, I'm saying from, that initial one. That was kind of a weird backstory thing, because that was when she was living in Vegas. where it was like, oh, you should go, where was it? To this
I
lake?
don't know. Is
Lake
that some
something.
lake? Get away. Go do
A
something.
getaway thing. And then it was like, oh, Cody recalls Meri taking trips like that, specifically that trip, but then also a lot of trips where Meri just disappeared. She just didn't tell anybody that she was leaving, and she would just be gone.
You guys don't care, right?
You're not
Nobody
involved.
was checking in with Meri.
Yeah, like,
Was she
why is
supposed
that
to
a
tell
surprise?
people that don't care what's going on in her everyday life that she's going to be gone for a day or two?
You don't need to give anybody a heads up on anything, because then it's like, it's probably a lot of, corporate America sort of approach here too, where it's like Mary's letting Cody know, hey, here's a couple of things while I'm gone that would be helpful if you could knock these things out for me or make sure that these are taken care of while I'm gone. And then he doesn't do any of it.
Right. You make a to-do list and then nobody does the to-do list while
Nobody.
you're gone. And you come back to the exact same pile of shit that you left.
Yep. And now
I
you're
thought
just
you were going to
behind.
say that she was waiting for her PTO to be approved and just no one ever got around to it and the date came around. And so she was like, well, I guess I'm going.
That's a great thing here, Meri, is we don't track PTO days. It's unlimited. But also, I'll never approve it.
And when you do take it, I'm going to hold it against you. I'll remember that.
Then I will be taking an 11-day honeymoon in response.
That's a good point. Who is he to say anything about anyone else going on vacation?
Be with the one you love.
I still want to know so much more about that trip that he and Robin took to Hawaii that she saved her grocery money for.
Allegedly.
Because they didn't film that. And I am guessing that was not a 3-day long weekend that they took.
No. But then also, Meri didn't even get away on her lake retreat here. She went for one night and she was like, I can't be alone with my thoughts much longer than that, you guys. Like, it's scary right now.
I feel like she got like a ring cam notification that Cody came to the front door and she was like, fuck, the one night that I
missed
leave
it.
town, he finally came back to the house.
Dang, I missed it. But then also the catfishes bugged it, so they saw it too.
Now she doesn't know what to do. She's got to rush home.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to believe anymore.
To North Carolina?
Yeah, we already chopped down the trees, so season's greetings.
Last week, Christine sounded really bitter about the fact that she wasn't made part of the tree chopping down ceremony.
She was here. She just didn't film it? She didn't want to go to it?
No, I think they must have done that a couple of days before they got there.
I'm not buying it. I think that was drummed up for drama.
Oh,
She was already
you think-
there.
You think that she was there, she just
And
had
then
no
now
interest.
she's just like, yeah, like she'll decorate it, but
I mean, it would be exhausting to be in this family and have to constantly go to a piece of property that no one has built anything on.
yeah, I'm not going to keep doing that.
We've been doing that for so long. Let me know when there's a house.
Yeah.
Which, did you see Janelle posted that her house has a foundation now and they're going to be putting the walls up this week?
Save room for the bats.
Don't put a chimney in that thing.
Oh, gosh, yeah. The last thing you need now.
Did they drive here, David, Christine, and Truly?
I don't
I
know
hope
what
they
vehicle
flew.
this was. Maybe they just rented a car when they flew in.
Yeah, I'm just worried about David. He's putting a lot of miles on his vehicles.
He's been driving a
Yeah.
lot. Well, it's rental U-Hauls for the most part. That was the back and forth that was Janelle's move, and then McKelty and Tony. He was driving moving vans, moving trucks that were rentals. So
I'm worried about like a blood clot or something. It's too many days in the car, not moving around.
yeah, I think that's the more legitimate concern for a 3-day drive each time you go. It's a little bit much.
They pull up to the house, and Christine's telling David this story about how they have an actual cannonball that's in the front garden. That she has heard this story before. Maddie has told her it. Caleb has told her. And that he's got to check this thing out on the way in.
And David takes one look at it, and he's like, no, I know Civil War cannonballs, and that's not one of them. I could tell you with absolute certainty this is not original to Civil War cannonball.
It seems kind of dangerous if it was to keep it right by your front door.
Carly doesn't know about Civil War munitions, you guys. Uh-oh. Why? What do you think's going to happen to the Civil War cannonball?
Why are you both looking at me? I'm worried it's going to explode.
That's not what Civil War cannonballs do.
Oh, so it doesn't explode.
Nope.
It's just a heavy chunk of metal that you push out of a cannon and then it just hits things?
It came in like a wrecking ball. Yeah.
Okay. So it is safe.
Well, I mean, as long as it's not being fired out of a cannon, yeah, it's pretty relatively safe.
They're still waiting for the cannon to arrive.
As long as it's not made out of lead and like leaching stuff into the soil or something like that. So maybe we can test.
That's probably the bigger concern.
We could probably test for things. There's like real concerns with that, but different.
This reminded me of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, where Jen Affleck's convinced that she's related to Ben Affleck because that's what Zach's family told her at some point, or didn't. That's a debate. But
joked. They were joking, and then she took it seriously. So then she thought that they were telling her.
She denies that. She's like, no, you guys said that with a straight face, with your full chest.
Well, I think they were being sarcastic. So yeah, usually you have to not lead into the joke. Usually if you're telling a joke, not everybody tells a joke like Meri and Jenn where they're laughing entirely through it. So maybe that's what Jen Affleck was used to seeing and hearing there. It's different.
So we see that confrontation take place when they get inside, because that's the first thing Christine wants to know. Tell David the story about the cannonball because he's not believing me.
Well, she made a $5 bet with David on the way in that it is, in fact, from the Civil War. So David's like, I'll take that bet. I'll take that.
I'll double down.
Yeah. He's going to bet a $5 foot long on it.
I don't think those are $5 anymore.
No, they're not. And they're not a foot long either. It's a ripoff.
It's a real shrinkflation episode, huh?
Yeah.
It's in fact not a cannonball, and Caleb denies ever having said this because he knows exactly where it came from. It came from a mine. A mine.
A mine.
Isn't that ironic? Like the mine behind Cody and Robin's house, the cinder mine?
It's odd that you would have mine materials here.
How do we have two connections to a mine?
Such close proximity.
Yeah. That feels suspicious. Is that an Easter egg?
Are they
is like a Taylor
hints?
Swift album?
They want us to look into this more of like, oh, who else lives near mines? Cody and Robin.
They're really trying to get the producers to pick up on that story.
We know. We already know about the mine guys.
Don't worry. We're all out here.
Way ahead of you.
Investigating.
Okay, but also with the frustration that Caleb was telling this story and trying to set the record straight here, how many times do you think he's told them this is not from the Civil War? And they just haven't registered that yet. This feels like a story that Caleb...
It's more fun to say it's from a Civil War.
It's easier...
Mine.
Okay.
A mine? A Civil War
No.
Cannon.
Civil War, yeah, battlefield. Replica, remnant.
He dug it out of the battlefield.
Yeah, they're like, it's just...
An
it's
ancestor
been here.
did.
It's easier to remember that detail. To remember all of the things that he starts talking about, what it's utilized in the mine, and it's like, I don't know. I lost interest when we were talking about it. As soon as you
why
said,
do you have this? It doesn't seem like it's something that you'd be that attached to.
As soon as you said it wasn't from the Civil War, I no longer care about what it is then. So like, that's where he had to maintain everyone's interest by just saying, oh yeah. Cause like they thought it looked like
whatever
something.
You believe it is, it is.
They thought it looked like something from the Civil War, so I'm sure somebody just nodded their head and said, yeah, because it's easier to just go along with what they thought it was than to dispute it and actually correct it. Been there, done that.
Again, this is like the most boring thing. Why are we watching this? There was nothing better? There was no other content that they could give to us?
They gave us sugar cookies.
The sugar cookies looked good.
Sugar cookies.
Now I kind of want one.
They were very thick.
Yeah,
too.
That's what made them look good.
Yeah.
So the kids couldn't break them so easily.
Yeah, if you're going to decorate them, you need to have a sturdy foundation, a good base to build up from there.
I was disappointed that we didn't get to see them pressure Janelle into making an online dating profile.
Yeah, she really doesn't seem into the online dating stuff.
Like, why not just browse? We won't even put a profile picture up for you.
Yeah, but like she doesn't want to.
Well, that's because she doesn't think there's a cowboy on there for her.
But clearly, there could be. Maybe.
So David's like, look, there's a farming app. I don't know if you know this. It's called Farmville. It's called Farmville?
No, it's not.
Wasn't that what that was called?
Yeah. The MySpace days?
The dating, yes. That was, thanks for ruining the joke. It's called Farmers Only.
Okay. There's a joke in there? Okay.
Maybe they could trick Janelle.
Yeah.
They could tell her, no. This is the game where you get to have your own farm.
Well, either
because that is something that is near and dear to her heart. I do think she'd want to play virtual farm hand. But then you trick her and she actually ends up on a dating app.
I was going to say, yeah, or it's farmers only. It's people who have farms who come on here and then they share their ideas and farming experience with each other.
Okay.
So it's like a farming community app. And that's where you kind of leave it.
Tips and tricks.
Tips and tricks.
The tips may be more interesting to you than the tricks.
There might be some tricks in there too, though, so be careful.
Yeah, they failed to deliver that to us. Her type is kind of confusing because it seems not at all like Cody.
Do you think that's been developed throughout her relationship with Cody? Is now she's becoming more and more attracted to people who are not like Cody at all?
He's repelled her over time.
Right.
Well, wasn't that he was saying that last week where he felt like they weren't into him anymore. And that's part of why they left.
Kind of. I mean, I guess to
Even
an
though
extent.
I think that a lot of that happened after she left.
Yeah, and most of the time it was like he left them, like he abandoned them, and that was where it was like that was when they lost interest. So
and respect for him.
Yeah, mostly
those things are correlated.
Respect as a father, as a husband, as a man. Just general things, not taking care of things in his life. But yeah, she's talking about Javier Bardem and
Sam Elliott.
I almost said Sam Rockwell. Different.
I think she'd be into that too.
Sam Rockwell type? No, the Sam Elliott
the
one.
opposite of the kind of art that Robin likes.
That's Norman Rockwell. Do you know who Sam Rockwell is? He's an actor. Don't worry about it.
Oh no, you just unlocked another one for me. Like Billy Bob Thornton. And who's the other one?
Well, I don't know who you get confused with Billy Bob Thornton, but then it's Tommy Lee and Tommy Lee Jones that you get weird with. That gets weird pretty quick.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Hold on, I need a second.
Oh boy.
I thought when I Googled Sam Elliott that I pulled the wrong person up.
You weren't prepared for what you saw. He's a cowboy type, right? The archetype of a cowboy.
I get the whole I'm into cowboys, but I didn't think this was going to be straight out of a spaghetti western, black and white cowboy film.
Yes. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. When we're talking about cowboys, we're talking about cowboys.
Think she's going to put saloon doors on her kitchen in her new house?
You can put saloon doors on her bedroom.
That's where they're more used,
yes,
huh? She's going to need them for that.
Right.
You just...
A quick in and out.
Got to smash through those things. When you're coming to smash.
Oh.
I hope Janelle finds her elderly cowboy someday.
Her geriatric retiree cowboy.
I hope he owns a lot of land. He's wealthy from his family having made his money in the oil industry.
Natural gas, just in general. Yeah. Propane and propane accessories. That's what I see in Janelle's future. She needs a good Hank Hill type.
They decorate that tree that they cut down, which it really felt last week when they very carefully positioned it so that it would not fall over, that adding anything to it was really risky.
The lights seemed like this is unstable that they strung up last week. Now they're like big, huge decorations, large ornaments that will dangle off of these
the biggest ornaments,
huge tree branches.
Also, why did they not level out the ground before they put the tree stand out there?
I think that they were.
Isn't that Janelle's expertise?
Like
from having lived in the RV?
Well, I was going to say, well, no, she always struggled with that. The auto leveling.
She never learned.
She hits the button to auto level, and if the auto level didn't work, then she's like, it's broken.
Well, that's what's happening with this tree.
There is no auto level to push on this tree. There is no button for that.
It almost falls over as they're standing in front of it taking pictures.
I think your theory holds up, though, from last week, where it was like, they cut this tree down to bring it into their house. And then they got to the house and they were like, oh, shit. It's a little too big.
It's a little too big and it kind of looks shitty.
Well,
it doesn't really look like a Christmas tree now that we got it up in here.
I mean, it is kind of Christmas tree in like the Charlie Brown sort of sapling.
No, I think when they were out there on the property and they were surrounded by all of the trees, they thought this tree is the best of the best. And then they took it off the property and suddenly it lost its luster.
It's like when you're shopping at a thrift store and there's like so much shit. There's like so much crap in there. And then you find something where you're like, yeah, this is good. This is cool. And then you get it home and then you see it with the rest of your stuff, like in a normal closet, in a normal room environment. And it's like, oh no, this is not
I need to donate this piece of shit.
This is bad. This was a big mistake. We've made a mistake. But it's realizing that, you know? So they're keeping it outside. They're just saying, okay,
good move.
It's something to do, I guess. Keeps the kids busy and entertained.
Something to film.
We need the content.
And Robin must have taken all the artificial Christmas trees that they had.
Gobbled them up, man.
I think that's part of it. She's over there in the She-Rah Chatdeux with multiple Christmas trees in different heights.
She doesn't even know what she has.
And then they've got this thing.
No inventory to keep track. What's going on? I don't know.
It got really weird where they're trying to have this whole walk down memory lane where they're talking about the Christmas pajamas and the cookie decorating. And then they're like, remember that time we didn't have health insurance?
Oh.
And we had to make medicine out of onion and honey?
Yeah, there's not much that onion and honey will remedy necessarily. Unless it's like in a soup or a tea form, like maybe that would help. But it's not really the onion and the honey that's doing the heavy lifting there. And for like medicinal purposes, it's not going to fix a ruptured appendix. I think that's the other point that I'd like to make here. We're not a medical podcast, but
but I have a suspicion that maybe that's not the treatment for that.
It wouldn't be my first go-to move. No.
Yeah, not a doctor, but I feel like that maybe the onion and the honey would exacerbate that condition.
It's not going to improve it. Yeah, definitely not. I feel like this was just the segment that was like Christine feeling bad about last year. They were all in turmoil when she was leaving the family. Janelle was leaving the family, like kind of in the middle of that departure there. And so when the kids were like, hey, it's holiday time, let's do our holiday traditions. Let's do Meri's candy cane stuff. Oh, I wasn't planning on that. Let's do Robin's bread recipe. Oh, I don't have that. So it was like this failure point that Christine's like, oh no, I really dropped the ball last year because I had a whole bunch of stuff going on.
And it turns out they did actually have some fond memories of those moms.
Yeah, you know, for as much as everybody shits on Meri, they really seem to miss the candy canes.
The candy canes and the pajamas? Yeah, she contributed some stuff one time a year.
Even a broken clock's right twice a day, so...
You couldn't just Google a candy cane recipe? That's what I did.
Yeah, there's 4 ingredients. That's what we're saying.
Are hers really that good? We've heard the mashed potatoes are really, really good.
I think we do have, like... Don't we have mint extract, too? And then I keep looking at it, and I'm like, what am I going to do with this?
We do, but I think you have to use peppermint.
Peppermint? Well, is it like peppermint? I guess we'll have to look and see what we have, because then that might be a way to use something that I keep scratching my head, wondering what the hell I'm going to do with this thing.
That came from my mom when she wanted it. Remember last year when we were going to make cookies and she came with like 5 very bizarre cookie recipes?
Yes. I don't remember what they were because we were like, we're going to do like 2 of these. So pick the 2 that you're really excited about.
Well, the one with the mint did not get made.
That did not happen. So yeah, I don't think we've even opened that thing. So we got a lot to go through.
I wish we had Christine to regale us with Christmas carols while we did that. Maybe she could drop a Christmas album. Yeah,
the show, like, they really know what they're doing here, where they're like, we need you to sing. We need you to sing something else, Christine. A cappella, no accompaniment.
Why did McKelty look so annoyed? Like, she did not want to participate and was not entertained by Christine doing this.
Because it cheapens what happened with Christine singing at her wedding.
Oh.
Now you have
the more you sing on camera, the more it takes away from the shock and awe of that moment.
Right. Yeah, that was the intention, was that she was forcing her to do something that she absolutely despised, which was singing in front of people publicly on a national platform here. I don't think Christine knows how to sing in a round the way that she was trying to get everyone to sing We Wish You a Merry Christmas, because basically wasn't around then at that point. It was like...
She tried to do like the row your boat thing.
Yeah.
You all
where
start at a different point.
Starting at a different point, but when you all start at a different point, then you all end at a different point too.
Right.
Whereas she was just like adding people to it
just
as they went
picking
along.
up at whatever point they were in. That's not how that works.
That's not singing in a round though. So that's a different thing altogether.
Look, she's new to this.
I guess so.
Maybe she'll be on The Masked Singer. We're trying to figure out different reality shows that more of the sister wives can go on, since Cody got to go on Special Forces.
We would know that it's Christine immediately on The Masked Singer, though. Now, if you get Janelle in there, you won't know.
Oh, yeah.
She didn't sing.
Did they end up having the end of this episode be them all on the couch singing We Wish You a Merry Christmas? And then Janelle. So Janelle's was funny because first I was like not entertained because I'm very confused.
Well, it's
because it's not Christmas time in real time.
No.
And it felt very much like the end of a holiday special of something.
We've never seen anything like this in this format, in this structure.
It made me very uncomfortable.
To have a split screen 4-box of...
Very Brady Bunch.
Yeah, of everyone's different holiday experiences here of singing this Christmas carol with a silly holiday hat on and throwing fake snow at each other.
Except for Janelle.
Who
she's got her cue cards because she's not going to be singing.
Which is great, yeah. We like inclusivity. I like representation.
Because they must have had that. Production had cue cards for them. And she was like, give me those because I'm not singing.
That's probably what happened, yeah. Most likely.
We're not done with our episode, though, because we still got to go back to Cody and Robin's house. We didn't really get to see... I wanted to see more of a tour of them unpacking.
Yeah, it's just basically we're spending time in the garage, which is overloaded already, full of shit.
Isn't that unbelievable?
It's completely believable.
I get that for them it's believable.
Yeah.
But I can't even fathom owning that much stuff.
To just have that many things where it's just like piled up.
The excess, because they already have stuff in the house. This is just all the stuff that they haven't either found a place for or that they don't use on a regular basis.
So, I mean, some of it, since it was in the garage, some of it did look like Cody stuff, tool stuff, things for his work, I guess. I don't know.
His work?
Yeah, his work with the pew-pews.
That he needs a toolbox for that?
Tools?
Actually, there were like 3 toolboxes in there.
There was a lot of toolboxes, various toolboxes. Maybe he just forgot that he had toolboxes.
I think they're on sale on QVC and Robin orders another one.
Well, that's not going to last you anyway. So then, yeah, what are you moving these things around for?
She is still trying to blame the fact that Cody has a lot of stuff and that's why this garage area is packed.
Needs to be bigger. That's why we had to get a bigger house, a bigger space. Cody has all this stuff.
I'm not tracking with the version of events that he has 3 of everything or 4 of everything because of the life he has not lived for, 5 or more years now.
So that was the reason why he had 3 toolboxes out there, was because one was at his house with Robin, one was at his house with Janelle, one was at his house with Christine. Even though he spent 5 days with Christine since they moved to Flagstaff.
Right. Also, why was nobody trying to control the fact that he's spending money on multiples of everything? Because that's insanely wasteful.
To have an entire tool set at every home is wildly impractical.
Or to be like, okay, I really like these shoes, so I'm going to buy 3 pairs of them. Or 4 pairs of them, because I'm going to keep 1 at each house.
So Vegas was the origin of Cody's overspending, because that was where we last saw him taking a duffel bag from house to house. And then that ended pretty quickly because he was just deciding then, you know what? I'm just going to buy multiples of everything. So that way I don't have to move stuff around. But then also, is that his way of abandoning that household too? Because that was kind of what he did for Isabel's surgery, was he couldn't go, so here's a hoodie. He'll just leave a thing with you at your house that kind of smells like him.
So it makes you feel like he's still there.
He's still there, right?
Yeah, my stuff's here.
My stuff is all here. Well, except for Meri's, where he's slowly moving out, one piece at a time. Like Johnny Cash.
Clocking that.
He's building a car one piece at a time, sneaking it out in his lunchbox every day.
One of the things that's in this garage area is a tiny wooden sword from a Renaissance fair or something.
I did not clock Cody as a live action role player, but I stand corrected.
I think this was Baby Solomon's.
It was part of his knighting ceremony.
Yeah. Don't you think? He is the...
Cody, you can't use a real sword. You might cut him. It's not safe for your body.
You know, the prince that was foretold?
Uh-huh.
That is him. And so he's been in training since he's been very small to one day be able to wield a sword like a great knight.
He needs to work on his jousting next. So that's why they had to move someplace where they could get horses.
I can't wait to see him do it. I love a good joust.
Yeah. Full metal jousting.
They're keeping this because Robin won't dispose of anything, but also because one day they might have grandchildren. And isn't that just such a great dream? Because they don't have any grandchildren right now who could use this item.
Can't even imagine what that experience would be like. The joy that I will feel becoming a grandparent.
In walks Rora.
I'm pregnant.
As if this was...
No, she's not.
This was just a completely organic conversation that now she's going to show up and have some big news to share about how she's finally had a boy ask her to be his girlfriend.
And Cody's getting nervous, though, because he's basically like, okay, well, if he's asked to date you, you're basically a breath away from getting married at this point.
So I'm going to have to intervene and make sure you don't make the mistake that I did because I was fooled by so many women.
Well, like as far as his timeline goes, that is the process. You're going to date for a couple of hours, a few days, and then you'll know that it's time to get married immediately. So that's Cody's biggest concern right now is that we can't let Rora make any mistakes here. We got to do this the right way.
He's also trying to not get upset over the fact that this guy did not come to him first and ask to court his daughter when that's not part of anyone else's culture.
This isn't, well, and like that's the thing too, is it's like, it's not a courtship. Like a courtship is something very intentional within their culture that's specifically dating for the purpose of marriage. That's not what this is.
To be fair, I don't think Aurora is calling it that, but I do think that is what Aurora is doing.
Oh, well, okay, yeah, but like, and I think that's what Cody's looking at this as, and he's like, well, that's weird that he didn't ask me. Well, I don't think he was asking for a courtship. He asked Aurora, would you like to be my girlfriend? And she answered yes, which Robin was appalled that Aurora was able to make a decision on her own. Did you ask Mom how she felt about that?
Yeah, she did look kind of...
she looked a little alarmed.
Distressed, huh?
Yeah. An independent decision that was made without my input? That's scary. That's a little too autonomous for me.
They do know who this guy is. So his name's Brody, which is weird because it rhymes with Cody. Let's just put that out there.
Okay. See, I thought we were getting close to Brony.
Brony?
Which, yeah, due to... like My Little Pony. Are you familiar?
No, I'm not.
Brony culture. It's a real thing. Which then leads me to my next point of hobby horse culture.
No.
Of course. You knew it was coming.
We can't come back with a hobby horse.
You knew it was coming.
So do you think that they met at one of Rora's hobby horse shows?
Maybe.
He was like, I'll show you a real horse.
You want to go to a real party?
Oh, yeah, I know. I know how I said it.
Well, yeah.
That was Titanic coded.
That was Titanic.
So strike one against him. He didn't ask Cody.
Oh,
but they do know who he is. He's been around. He's a real cowboy type.
Okay.
Okay, the conversation about how does he look at you? I need to know the details. Does he... This is the first concern that he has. Does he look at you with adoration? Does he want to buy you a home that's opulent? Does he look at you the way that I look at your mother? Because that should be what you aspire to.
He didn't want to ask her that. He felt inappropriate, I guess, midway through that sentence. But then he decided to just go ahead and ask it, but just reword it slightly.
Does he look at you like he wants a full body massage?
Does he look at you like he wants a sugar cube?
Okay, her answer was even scarier because she starts to tear up, of course, about how one of their first dates, he was looking at her like he wanted to propose.
What does that look like? What does that look? I imagine it to be like the opening scene of the remake of It, when Pennywise is talking to Georgie and they're talking about popcorn because that's fun. And then Pennywise just kind of zones out and then.
Because he's thinking about killing him.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I have some questions about Brody. We'll get there eventually.
How are his teeth so small?
Oh, he had small teeth? I didn't notice.
Got a real gummy smile about him.
I'm not used to people smiling in this household. Do you think his will fade eventually?
His smile?
Yeah.
It's the first to go. Yes, that's the first thing to go.
No happiness is allowed here.
That's what was so weird, seeing Aurora with like a joy about her. Like she was excited.
A sparkle in her eye.
Yeah, she was excited. She was happy.
A giddy up in her step.
A little hitch in her giddy up.
She galloped to that front door.
She had good form, though. They didn't have to take any points away.
She hasn't found her hobby horse stick yet. It's somewhere in all the boxes. She's got to keep practicing, though, because she'll get rusty.
Well, because then between that and then she's also very much like the adopted girl from Drop Dead Gorgeous doing the country western numbers.
Yeah.
Like that's the Rora energy for this episode right now.
Stomp
with her with a
gun,
boyfriend and then like tip of the hat and then popping the cap guns. A little bit of that.
We get to meet Brody. I'm wondering if he understood what it was going to be like to expose himself to this audience.
Golly. I wasn't expecting all that.
You know what I mean.
What part did you see exposed? I didn't see that part.
We're going to look everything up that we can find about him. It's the way that this fandom works.
Well, that goes without saying.
And we're right out the gate showing up on this show. I think that's brave.
Leads me to believe that, yeah, they've been in contact for an extended period of time. Maybe they've
been in contact, period. Well, he did post something that appeared to be celebrating their 1-year anniversary. And that was the beginning of September. So they've been together since around that time last year.
Yeah.
Which does make sense with the timing of what's going on.
Yeah, that's like right before they closed on the new house because they moved in October to the She-Rah Chatdeux.
So then did he ask her to be his girlfriend in September? Or are they retroactively kind of going back and counting the time that they were dating, but he wasn't, like they weren't officially boyfriend and girlfriend?
Right. That is unclear.
But also, I guess Robin is on a retail schedule, so it doesn't matter that we're assuming they're putting up Christmas decorations. It must be November, December. That's not true. Not necessarily.
It could
She-Rah
be
Chatdeux.
August. As early as August now.
As soon as she can start buying things in stores, she's decorating.
Who knows?
Well, Brody's coming over, so Aurora's
doing dishes?
Yeah, they're trying to clean the house. Look, Robin was very busy all day. She had to dress all the dollies and polish them up, prepare them to meet Brody.
Well, she was fishing through all of the boxes to find the Christmas trees that they were going to set up for part of the filming.
Because they invited him over to decorate a Christmas tree. Okay,
a tree, not the family tree.
Not no, you're not in the family yet, so you don't get to be part of that.
The family tree is already up and decorated. It's opulent. You were not a part of that because you're not part of the family.
So I got this little spare tree that I don't know.
An heir and a spare.
It was 75% on an heir and the spare. It was on clearance at some point, probably 75% off. And I thought I can definitely use another little tree for Ari's room. She doesn't buy
clearance. No, she bought this full price the moment it hit the floor in August. That's what I'm saying. These are summer trees that she has had for years now. But then also, as they start unpacking these trees, then they're realizing, oh, this is like a tiny tree. This is not a full-size tree. This is like a 4-foot tree.
Whoops.
A little mini. Not what we were expecting. It was a little smaller than we expected as it starts to unfurl here.
Something Robin's used to.
But don't worry. These trees are growers, not showers.
Well, let's go back to meeting Brody because he shows up at the front door.
Oh, okay.
And the door opens.
Right.
And all I saw was that cowboy hat.
Yes. It's hard to miss. He's Janelle's type and Janelle's mom's type.
Yeah, that makes it weird. Do people seriously just wear cowboy hats around?
Yes.
Yeah. I just feel like you're coming over to your girlfriend's parents' house to decorate a Christmas tree. And before you left, you thought, I gotta complete this outfit. I'm gonna need to bring my hat. Which, isn't it rude to wear a hat inside someone's home? Shouldn't you take it off once you get in there?
I guess it depends on the establishment.
As soon as you cross the threshold, I think you should take your hat off. You take it off at the door and you hold it to your chest.
The sign of respect.
That's how
I think that's when you...
That's what I've been taught from cowboy films.
Okay, I think that's when you're bringing news of a bereaved family. I think that's more of the tone that you're looking for.
It was very cliche. The boots, the hat, the belt buckle. I'm just assuming that was there. I don't really remember.
Cody's very impressed.
Of course he is. This is who Cody wished that he was.
He's taken with this man, this young man. Finally, someone to replace, because Cody was so lax about who his children married previously. Because if we're talking about Tony and Mitch and Caleb,
he didn't vet them at all.
It was just, he was relieved. He trusted his kid's judgment.
He was like, which one do you want?
Sure, whatever. Am I doing the ceremony? That's all I really care about. And then that's all in the past now, because now Cody has suffered multiple divorces in a very short span of time.
He doesn't have a son-in-law anymore.
So he has become very marriage averse. He's going to be extra careful about who he has taking his daughter out and what their intentions are.
He wants a new Caleb, though. Don't you think?
This is someone who can finally replace that hole in his heart.
Yeah.
That Caleb left.
I hope someone warned Brody, because now he's got a new bestie.
Yeah, he's just going to get a call from an unknown number, and it's going to be Dayton being like, you're not safe. You're in danger.
You're in danger, girl. Now, we see how Cody has latched on to some of the other cast members on Special Forces. And so that's what I'm worried about for Brody. Especially if he feels like he can increase his masculinity by having some type of closeness to you, that he would like to be associated with you in that way.
Well, between that and then, yeah, if you're a quarterback, it's over, dude. We already know that. Cody loves him a quarterback. Stuff that we've learned. What's weird here is where then he gets competitive with Brody, though, too, at the same time, where Brody says nice, complimentary things about Aurora. Not overly romantic things, I don't think.
No, he was like, I'd love to spend a special day with my special girl.
I don't think he said it like Ethan Plath, but if that's how it plays back in your head, then...
And so Cody's like grabbing Robin from across the room because he needs to pull her in close, put his arm over her shoulder.
He's grabbing mistletoe and tapping it above his belt and being like, Robin, anything with berries on it, I think it's mistletoe.
He's really up in the affection level.
And Saul's even jumping in the middle, and he's like,
yeah.
No,
me too. Oh.
No, Father, no.
It was really weird to watch. Robin's still trying to pretend that she's uncomfortable with affection, even though she was the one who was trying to fight for them to be able to have PDA within the Brown family.
We remember that. Yeah, that Robin was the one who was pushing for this, and now she is so against this and is wildly uncomfortable because she's not attracted to this man.
Maybe he has really bad body odor.
He is stinky.
I mean, he brought that up in the last episode.
It's all the ointment.
There's a reason
it's the weird ooze he's coating himself in.
Yeah, there's got to be something that is turning her off.
It's not just a pheromone adjustment.
No, I mean, aside from his obvious personality flaws, but I think there's some things physically that she's not into anymore. Because you don't have to fake it for the cameras where you're going to pretend that you don't want to be a monogamous. You don't want to have a relationship only with him. We're all clear on what the situation is. This is your reality.
But Robin's still not comfortable enough to smack Cody's ass in front of everybody here. So Cody's a little disappointed, to say the least. But yeah, this is what? 2 extra Christmas trees that they didn't even know about. Robin has no idea where these came from. These aren't the trees that she was looking for.
That's embarrassing.
And so...
You know how many trees we got? 1.
And it's
I know exactly which box it's in.
It's on its last leg, too. It's a pre-lit tree, and it's...
I don't want to replace it because I think that a lot of new artificial Christmas trees look terrible.
I found some nicer ones actually at Lowe's that we were like, okay, this is pretty close, but then they're expensive. So then it's like, I don't want to have to buy another one.
We got ours for a steal. We got it at JCPenney.
Sears.
Oh, Sears.
It was a Sears.
And
we helped put Sears out of business with this one.
They put the wrong sale tag on it.
So this was like a $500 tree that we got for like $120 or something.
So we're using that baby till the day it burns out. You know what?
Yeah.
If the lights don't go on, I'm just going to string some lights around it.
Yeah, we're going to string some stuff up on it. And it is what it is at that point.
It's going to have to disintegrate before it goes in the trash.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's getting close, though. It is.
It's trying. It's trying its hardest.
It's holding on for dear life at this point.
Also, I'm pretty sure I have an allergic reaction every time I put it up from all the dust that's stuck in it.
Yeah, a couple of the branches are not doing well right now.
Anyway, the knife. Can we talk about the comment about... So Cody's really concerned that Brody needs to be protecting Rora from other people, but also primarily from himself.
But Brody is... I was going to say he's pretending to not understand. I don't know if he understands what Cody's talking about here. Maybe because he's under the assumption that my girlfriend's dad probably wouldn't be questioning me about sex in front of her entire family and her young siblings. And like, that's probably not the conversation that we're having right now, right? So he keeps taking it from a very literal standpoint of protecting Aurora.
And that's when he brags about how he got Aurora a little knife, got a little pocket knife. And he told her, you seem a little jumpy. If you feel uncomfortable, here's a weapon. If you feel like you got to use it against me, you can do so. What context did this happen in?
Like the dating? For the date?
When do you hand someone a pocket knife and say, feel free to use it on me? You seem a little tense.
If that's what you're into. I'm not here to judge what 2 consenting adults decide to do.
It did feel like maybe it was like a kink.
Time.
Maybe it was a kink. I don't know.
It's a power move, I guess, from that standpoint.
No, it was giving serial killer to me, where they're taunting you by giving you the weapon that they will ultimately murder you with, and they've known it the whole time.
No, I wasn't really expecting that.
Okay. That's where my head went.
Okay.
You know, I'm not going to do well out there in the world dating. That would be my assumption. If you handed me a pocket knife on our first date, I would have run.
Yeah.
I would assume.
Was it it was the first date?
I don't know. I'm
early on in their
relationship.
relationship. Yeah.
Yeah. You haven't.
When
spent
have
much
I
time
ever
with this
handed
person?
you a pocket knife?
Never.
Ever. Yeah. Never.
Ever.
I don't think so. I've handed you like kitchen knives before when you request them, but not unprompted. I'm not just wielding knives.
That just seemed off to me. And then I'm getting weirded out by the fact that Robin goes completely silent the minute this kid shows up.
Yeah, she didn't really say much at all. And then she's just trying to reject Cody's...
She's so shy.
She tries to reject Cody's advances. But then she does extend the invite to Brody to join them for Christmas.
That was the first thing she said the whole time he was there. She had cleared her throat before she said it.
She'd been silent for so long. She'd been talking to Cody about what's mistletoe and what's not mistletoe. She had to swat his hands away from her a few times for other things that were going on throughout this conversation too. But yeah, I think the next time that she talks to Brody is just the Christmas invite, which he's thrilled about, until you show up on Christmas and then you see what's going on here. It's going to be a very Eeyore sort of moment, I think.
Also, do you think Cody will bring up the fact that they used to have a really big family?
Oh, yeah.
And he had 3 wives aside from Robin, but...
It's going to be once Cody gets a couple glasses of eggnog in him. The stories are going to come pouring out here.
I want to know what happened when they went to that other room to enjoy their eggnog, because I have a feeling that Robin has set the table and the dollies are all awaiting and the eggnogs and the teacups.
They're all
and
set.
that's what they walked into.
They're dressed in their Sunday best and they are raring to go.
She has been preparing for high tea all day.
Man, if you thought Cody stunk before with like moving and just sweating and the general stink that he already had about him, wait till you get some eggnog in him. There's going to be some smells.
And he's in your face trying to talk to you about not having sex with his kid.
I'm not worried about the upstairs smells. I'm worried about
okay.
later on in that trajectory.
I am, because I'm worried. Will the egg curdle with all of the egg and the milk with all of that lemon juice? The pH of his mouth hole is very acidic.
It's just naturally, him in proximity.
He can't have dairy anymore.
Him in proximity with eggnog is just, it's going rancid immediately.
Also, where the fuck was Brianna?
MIA.
Everyone else had to be here to meet Aurora's boyfriend except for her.
She's checking out. Maybe she had a date too.
I don't know. Either she set up all the dollies, or I think that they're keeping her away from filming because she's fallen pregnant.
Oh, that's the theory again. We've already talked about this. That's not the thing.
Well, this is the second one,
I think she was hand making the eggnog. So yeah, she was spoken for. She was behind the scenes preparing for the next thing. She thought she was going to get her screen time there. She doesn't want screen time. Is that it? She's trying to avoid the cameras now?
No, I think she got a bun in the oven.
I don't think so. We just saw her when they were moving.
I know.
But she didn't lift anything heavy.
It's escalating quickly. Like a vampire baby.
Oh.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
Making Robin's Twilight dreams come true.
Happens rapidly. Is Brody Edward or Jacob? What are we thinking?
Edward.
You think he's Edward? Handed her a wooden stake on their first date. Use this against me if you need to.
I think they're already engaged. That's my guess.
In real time, yeah. Or like as part of the show.
In real life.
Well, like as part of the show right now where they are, you think they're already engaged? Or like for where we are right now?
No, in current real life timeline. So the show like 2 seasons from now.
Right. Yeah.
I'm starting to think that next season, because Christine was on a podcast and she, in a roundabout way, confirmed that there's going to be a season 21 by saying they're continuing to film, which clearly they're not going to film stuff that they're just going to throw out. That costs money. They're going to air it.
It doesn't guarantee that there's going to be, but like...
Most likely.
There it seems like there's an investment they're planning in it. Yeah.
So what are we going to see next season? Cody trained to go on Special Forces and Rora get engaged?
Yeah, that's probably the majority of the storylines. And then also the truly custody battle.
I hope so.
I hope that rages on for a little bit longer.
A few announcements before we go. We've got a lot of other stuff going on the pod. We're dropping episodes of Special Forces. Cody has made it through week after week after week.
He's still going.
Man, we thought we were going to be done, get 2 episodes in. That would have been a fun little run, little thing we dabbled in, but it seems like we're in it for the long haul now. Also on Surviving Reality, we're recapping Seeking Sister Wife. Big news, Garrick Merrifield has self-published his own book.
A Woman's Guide to, the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy of Marriage with God?
A Woman's Blueprint for a Godly Marriage by Garrick Merrifield. No credit to Danielle, even though she writes about half the book.
A lot of chapters, a lot of sections. And she probably transcribed a lot of the voice notes of Garrick praying verbatim down too. But yeah, she receives no credit.
So we have the book in hand. We're going to be reading through it. We'll talk about it in our recaps. I think we're also going to plan to do a little something special over on the Patreon where maybe we'll do a live and we'll read through it.
Just rip on it a little bit more because there's plenty of things that are upsetting about it. We already got into it a little bit on this last week's live.
Our Legal Wife live over on Patreon. Yeah, I think we're going to have to train for it, much like Cody did Special Forces, because there's a lot of run-on sentences. So reading it aloud the other day, I felt like my blood oxygen level dropped.
Yeah, and then also I'm going to have to do some stretches, some mental exercises to build up my fortitude to get through this as far as comprehending what the message actually is supposed to be.
We're also still doing our weekly after parties for Real Housewives of Salt Lake City over on the Patreon. You do not have to sign up to be a paid member. You can sign up for free, and you'll get a notification when we go live on Tuesday nights at 9:30 Eastern. And coming soon, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives will return for season 3, and we are going to be covering every single episode.
So that's going to be a whole weekend of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
It's like a whole work week, basically.
Yeah, dropping extra long holiday weekend of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
It'll be the week before you check out for Thanksgiving. So this is when you're mentally, pretending to wrap a lot of things up. You could be listening to our recaps of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Enjoy.
Thanks for listening. See you next time.